Our next project is Fat Badger's Hot Rod Garage. We're going to show you how to go through a Torqueflite transmission. We're going to show you how you can go in there and lighten parts up, not have to send them out. Go step by step and show you, when we put this together, how to lighten some parts on the inside of this, if you want to race it.
Yeah, man.
We're going to lighten some parts up. This is going for the 47 Dodge pickup truck. This week, we told you we were going to tear these Torqueflites apart. We start out now, it's taking the kick down linkies off. You put everything in line as you take it off. And this thing hasn't been apart for ages. They got different tail shafts. They got regular length, they got the medium length and the shorty. These medium lengths is usually for trucks and vans, and this come out of a camper. So maybe once in a while, them things used to come, you get lucky and find a low gear in it. That would be great. But take these off first. When you do this, just put them in line so you know where they come from. So you'll know. See what I mean? These things are stiff. That's the lever for park, neutral, all the drive gears. And let's take these here come apart for the in and out fluid for the lines, transmission lines. Get them out of there. You can either take that off last or take it off first. I usually don't take it off till almost last, the tail shaft. Man, this thing, it's hard to tell how many miles on it. I don't know how many miles that guy said have on this thing, but we'll see what kind of shape it's in on the inside. As I get these out of there. That's going to need cleaned up pretty good too. If you see inside that housing area, that how dirty it is. You got to really keep these things clean too. Get any dirt in on the valve body or so, you back tank the valve water, clean it all out again if you don't keep the dirt out of these things. All right. So you find a place to hold them all. You'll know what these are. Anybody knows what a okay, now we're going to go ahead and take this to the reverse light. Take this out. This is for your reverse light, backup light, and for your neutral safety switch in there. And you just flip it over. It's gonna be a little noisy here for a minute. Take the pan off. Something sure is going to happen. Something stupid is going to happen one of these days, I think. Just got that feeling. I didn't fire my cameraman. I had to have a camera woman come in. The other guy, he wasn't real dependent. Luckily, I got plenty of them laying around. Take the pan off. This is a little cruddy inside. It's got some miles on it. Here's a filter. You can tell how bad it is. Look how dirty it is. I don't think this thing's ever been changed. It's like the fact that the valve body looks good and clean. The filter is bad. That thing is dirty. stuff like this. It goes on the pan. You just throw it in the bolt that goes with this stuff in the pan, so you'll know. You gotta watch when you take this filter off. You see right here, this hole lines up with this one right here. If you get that messed up, turn it, then it won't get no pump. It'll burn up transmission if you don't get that on right. So we can throw this away right now. Now we go. Here's the valve body. This is the valve body. So you can even take pictures of this stuff. Keep it on your phone so you can know where everything goes. Seen guys do that before. God, fluid's really bad. Really dirty. Get one more. This valve body looks pretty clean, but the rest of it, or the filter and down in the pan didn't get up in there. This valve body. I think we're going to run a sheet of valve body in this thing, so it'll be manually shifted. And here it comes out. Here's your rod that goes down for parking sprag. That's what locks it in the park and shifts the gears right here. So keep them together right there like that. So that's your valve body, your pan. Now, see how the bands. Here's a band, front band and rear band. They don't really feel like they're too bad, but let's loosen the front band right here. You get it? Squeeze it. Here. Might as well take this thing clear out because it needs clean bad. Okay, right here, see. I'll unscrew take the nut loose and then unscrew the bolt. You need more light? Just lay this right in there too, so you know where that goes. This is for the front band. Band transmission. It's a long thing. It's really long. Keep that together so you know it goes for your front band. All right. So now we're going to go and take the front pump out of there. These in here, these are the front pump bolts. We're going to take them out next. And it should be 1/2 inch. Let's see. Okay. Got room? Mm-hmm. Thing's dirty inside there. Didn't get inside the transmission, but sure is. Must have been sitting for a while. Watch. When you clean these up and go put them back, there's a gas. We'll film another time when we put it back together. We're just taking it apart today, but. See, these are the front pumps. See, let's put them off the side here for a moment. And, oh, you get that front pump out easy. I went ahead and made my own slide hammer. You got a slide hammer or something. I just took a piece of steel, drilled the center of it all the way through. No long threaded rod, like 3/8. That's 3/8. Forward, you'll see it's threaded in 2 of these across from each other. Here's one of them. And here's the slide hammer like I made. Okay, now we'll go down here to this other one. Just screw them in there far enough. You don't pull the threads out, but you can knock these out. So all you got to do is go. There you go. It pops that front pump out. And screw these. So all it is just homemade slide hammers. A long threaded rod. I welded nuts on the end of these. Something you can slam it against, you know. Okay, take the pump. Oh, that's a good, it's that wide band makes, that's a damn good transmission with that band. This is wide. If it's narrow, there's not the best one you can get. Set your pump right there in front so you know you'll get them right here in order so you don't mess them up. Put your bolts here with your pump so you know where they go. All this has got to be clean. Get the band out there. See if that front band's in here in a minute. Yeah, front band. And it's not bad shape. It's really got a lot left on it. If you don't get any scrape your thumb, but don't get any off on there, that means the band's still good. It's there. Something must have brought it. Something must have come loose in there or just stuck in there like that. Okay. This is the front drum. It goes in behind that one. Just take this top one off. Keep everything in line. Make sure you don't lose these. Keep that right there. Keep them all in line so you know where they go. So, and we'll go through these once we get it tore apart. Need a snap ring. Snap ring tool. Okay, just shine in there. There's a snap ring right there. You gotta watch. There's a little spacer for your in play and all that. You don't want to lose that. It goes right there. Put that there for right in a moment. Right. Okay, take a wrench to loosen this up. That don't loosen like that. You gotta. Once you break that nut loose, that's for your rear band adjustment. Then back that nut off about 4 or 5 turns. Just roll that out like that. And you do this, it'll pop this loose. Rear drum. You want to keep all them together. Make sure you don't mix these up. Keep them together, you know. You snap that, it gets that band loose. And the rear band looks really good too. The rear band's really good shape. We'll see for sure. This goes back. Just slide that over the rear band like that. Where you'll remember, and keep that with the rear band. Sprag right there and that. Usually them sometimes pop out because they're just staked in there. What I do, I'll drill them out and bolt them in so they won't ever come back out. Okay, now accumulators. Take that. Pop that out. And you keep these together with the spring. Now, if you're on just a sheet of valve body in there and all that, I'll show you how to put a rod in there, and that'll just put there. So it don't go anywhere, it just locks it in. It'll be the firmer shift. But, now we're going to take the front kick down band out there. I got a tool for that. Tool mainly to compress this piston. It's down there above that, up here, very top part. Down in there, see where it's at. It's right there. And all you gotta do is tighten this up till that piston goes down. Piston goes down. I need to get a small screwdriver to pop that. Get that snap ring out of there. Okay, once you get the snap ring out, lay it down here. And then back this off. Now you gotta watch. Keep that easy because that thing will spring clear out there when you. Easy. No. Don't take that out there till that spring comes up fairly decent. See how it's coming up out there? Right there. Ouch! That hurt. greasy, man. Got that stuck. There we go. You get it pops right off of there. Now make sure you keep these all together. This is, remember, the front servo. You keep them together. And get in there and pull that piston out. He's got rings on and stuff like that that we'll be replacing. So keep that right there. There's a clip there. Just snap that out and that'll pop out. To keep them right in line. So this goes always servos here, and I'll show you how to make that so it shifts firmer too. What lever that is. And if we want to replace it, and usually I put a 3/8. That's a pretty good one. We want to stay with that. This is the rear transmission mount. We won't be using that mount anyway. So. And then here is your speedometer table and stuff goes in here. Clip for it. That's all banged up. Look at that. Now I got heck beat out of it. Got plenty of those. You gotta watch that gear in there. Depends on what rear end gear you're running. You change that gear. You look it up, you got the chart. You look at what rear end gear you are, and it tells you what gear. They're different colors, and it's got a number on them. That's when you put it back here, so your speedometer will stay right. So you keep them two together too. Camera woman saved the day. I'll put this tool over here out of the road, and take a little brake a minute, Stacy. That's the rear output shaft and all that, and I'll take it off. There's a clip that you can take that off with, and then everything in there looks really nice. I mean, that's clean. It's just the outside and inside of the housing area is bad. Everything looks nice, so it'll rebuild pretty easy. So, tail shaft out, down in here. I'll get my light, there's a clip right here. Not all these the same. Usually on a long shaft, this clip is right in here underneath the mount. Take that mount part off, and there's two screws that holds this plate on. Take that off, that clip's in there to pop that out. But this one here's in the back, since it's a mid. Man, this is a tough one to get to, I'm telling you. I gotta get me some light here. Okay, start closing it out for today. Got a seal puller or screwdrivers. You pop the rear seal out of this thing. Then down there, a couple screwdrivers, pry this clip out. That holds the output shaft in. Then it'll come out of here. But I gotta soak it because it is pretty. Been in there for a good while. So we're gonna leave that soak overnight. Might be such a thing as the bushing might be, because back here somebody beat the heck out of the speedometer area, crushed it all up, and they probably got something mangled in there, but we got plenty of parts. So next time we'll start cleaning it up and putting it back together. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Fat Bastard's Hot Rod Garage.